Let's take a moment to arrive. Shake off anything that doesn't need to be here, which is pretty much everything except our authentic energy. Today, we are going to be talking about what's coming up in the next week. And we're also going to I did a guided meditation for the full moon in Scorpio for the Wellspring. And it got such rave reviews that I decided I'm going to repeat it for y'all here because I think you will really enjoy it. I'm actually going to go and record it like with a good microphone after this as well. I don't know why my video keeps turning off. This is just going to be a repeated thing that's going to happen today, and I have no idea why. So there you go. Because my computer decided that that's what's up today. So let's go ahead and dive in to the weekend and the week ahead. What can we expect from the energetic forces that be? Well, my friends, today we have a waning gibbous moon in Sagittarius. And that means it's time to celebrate. That's where we're at in this chart. It's also time to iterate, but we're going to focus on celebrate. So I really want to celebrate that with a pretty intense full moon. I don't know if it was as intense for all y'all as it was for me, but boy, oh boy. Whew. Yeah, it was a doozy. Not not even necessarily just emotionally speaking. It was a lot of stuff, just energetic, like buzzing around me energy that I needed to process. It was at times exciting, exhilarating, at times really anxiety producing. But in any case, we've come through that. We are on the other side of it. We have leveled up because of it. So it is time to celebrate. We will do a little bit of celebrating later on. But first, I want to just keep running through everything that's coming up. So tomorrow, on the 16th of May, we have Ceres moving into Aries. Ceres and Aries. So this is the time to call our power back. So Aries is all about personal power, right? That fire that comes from within, your spark. And Ceres is the mother. So it's like the galactic earth mother energy, right? So that nurturing energy. So when motherly Ceres graces fiery Aries, it is time to get our mama bear energy on. So this is that energy that comes up that's like, I want to provide for, I want to protect, I want to make things happen for the people that I care about. And so this is a really active, energetic, forward moving power energy. During this transit, though, be careful because love is an active verb, right? And care is an active verb. And so it's all about our actions. And sometimes we can overprotect. Sometimes we can do things for others that we need to be empowering them to do for themselves. So this is a lot of that mother energy of the moment where our kids are getting ready to leave the nest. And we're trying to prepare them as best we can for the time when we won't be there to provide for and protect them. So that's the big energy that we're coming into right now. And it's also about calling our power back from those relationships where we have been, what's the word I'm looking for? Enabling us, where we have been the enablers for someone in our lives. And it's time to pull that power back, not cut those cords, allow those cords to be there, but simply pull the energy back into ourselves so that we are prepared when they need us and they come to us and say, hey, I need your help now. I need your energy now. We have it for them. All right. On the 18th, we have Jupiter sextile Chiron. This is the time to power up our empathy. So that is on Sunday. And a sextile, as you may recall, is a serendipitous energy. So this is a positive influence. It expands, it amplifies. And Jupiter already is an expanding and amplifying influence. So when it is in Chiron, Chiron is the wounded healer. Chiron is all about healing from trauma, but also finding the power within that trauma. So it's like that, a little bit of the poison is the cure, right? The problem is the solution. And trauma helps strengthen us when we heal from it properly, right? It weakens us when we don't. But when we heal from it properly and move through it and move beyond it, then it gives us abilities, then it gives us power. And it powers us up in empathy as well. It allows us to recognize that other people are moving through these same things, these same energies, and we now have the power to help them to level up, to power up. So this transit in particular is really encouraging us to broaden our horizons, to kind of step into other people's experiences, to learn from other people. This is a perfect time to take a new class, learn something new, maybe travel, talk to someone that you just never had a real conversation with before, right? Like really expand your horizons, deepen those connections with people who feel kind of different from you. This is a great time to kind of free ourselves from limiting beliefs as well and step outside of the norm and just try something a little bit different. This is also, of course, a great time to recognize that trauma is a teacher and not a life sentence, and to recognize the places where we have been strengthened, we have leveled up because of trauma or through trauma. So one of the things I wanted to talk about today is, so this gal, Katie, that I'm working with, I'm helping her write this book. And she survived sepsis. She's an amputee. She lost both her lower legs and most of her fingertips. And of course, it changed her life completely. The whole world was upside down for her because of this. And at the same time, because of that experience, she has had new opportunities, new abilities. She has been on magazine covers. She has been, on podcasts that she never, like with the size of audience that she never thought she would be on, things like that. This is an opportunity inside of a crisis, always. And so we're being asked to kind of celebrate the gifts that we have been given by trauma. And not necessarily by trauma, but by the act of going through difficulties, the act of resilience, the act of staying true to ourselves despite those difficulties, or maybe because of those difficulties, because we didn't have the excuse anymore. We didn't have the opportunity to fake it anymore, right? So this is a time to celebrate what we have come through and what gifts that has given us. And again, we'll get back to that. But next I want to talk about on the 20th, that is Tuesday, the sun moves into Gemini, and we have a third quarter moon. So this is a time, to communicate our vision and kind of step back and look at the big picture, evaluate how are things going? Are we moving in the direction we want to be moving in? And so as the sun enters its communication station in Gemini, right, we're invited to start having these conversations about our big picture visions, missions, talk to people about where you want to be and who you want to be and what world you really want to be living in. And by the time that Mercury joins the party in Gemini next week, you will be prepared. You will have clarified and rarefied that vision to the point where you could talk about it with your eyes closed. You don't need notes. You can give that spiel and just rattle it off. Like, this is who I am. This is what I'm here for. This is the world that I am creating, right? All right, so that is the rundown. Now we're going to take a moment before we're going to do a guided meditation, like I said. But before we do that, I want us to take a moment and have a little celebration moment. So this is a time when we're going to write down a few things that we're celebrating, like, hey, fuck, man, I came through that shit. And here on the other side, like, I've discovered this gift, right? Not necessarily that the trauma gave me the gift, but that I had this gift and the trauma brought it out in me, right? So I want us to write a few things that we are celebrating that may have been gifts of trauma, and we'll come and share it in a moment.
So, excuse me. Um, for me, it's kind of like this has been a process a while now. It's like lived a life of ignoring my body and pushing through past things because other things were more important to now and to the point where I had so much pain in my body. I was at war with my body. I was very much thinking like my body's against me and won't let me do what I want to do. And it's like full circle. I'm trusting my body to give me information and to help me choose what I'm going to do for the day. It's like, what do you need today?
Yeah.
And my goals are still there in the background, and some days I work on them a lot and some days I don't work on them at all, and it's okay because it's part of my huge big life.
Yes.
There's nothing that says I have to have my business running tomorrow, you
Nope.
know, and I don't think it was meant to do that. And then the other part is that I my body's been working with me, my mind, my whole self. And like I get these visualizations of what these pains are. They look like objects to me
Hmm.
that I can move around energetically and be like this morning, I had a lot of pain in my neck and it came as, okay, you've been anxious. And they look like three stones. And it's like, I can imagine them dissolving. I can imagine myself moving them aside
Mm-hmm.
lots of different ways. So I have this beautiful, playful relationship with my body now
Yay.
and my energy and trust in myself that I can relieve pain.
Yeah.
So that would have not come without all that history.
Yeah.
And this is 5 years coming, right?
Yeah.
So I really appreciate that. I can sit here and appreciate that this trust has led to my ability to do that and realizing that others can do this for themselves.
Yeah.
Like I don't have some kind of magic woo thing. We all have it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. I love it. I think the biggest things for me that I'm celebrating are like my ability. How do I even explain this? My ability to just enjoy the fucking ride. Okay. Like to to know that whatever is happening, it is happening for me, not to me. To know that uh, these uncomfortable emotions, situations, whatever that I find myself in are just like it's a cycle, right? And so it's like, oh, I'm just on this part of the cycle, and that means that next, guess what's coming next? The breakthrough, right? Like I'm in the breakdown. Okay, great. That's good news because that means the breakthrough is coming, right? So just recognizing that it's funny. I was watching Glee the other day with Arya. So
Yeah.
ridiculous, right? But like we love to make fun of it together. And because it's so formulaic, we can like always guess, what's about to happen. It's like,
Mhm.
oh, something bad happened, therefore something good's gonna happen. Oh, something good happened, therefore something bad's about to happen, right? It's like
Yeah.
it's this little roller coaster, right?
Mhm.
And it's funny because it's so obvious and formulaic when you see it in a TV show. But the funny thing is that that's how life works too. That's how life works too. So when things seem like at their worst, it's like, oh, well, that means that something really great is about to happen, right? Like some big breakthrough
Wow.
is on its way. Like it always fucking works that way. And it's amazing, when we're in it, it always seems like, oh, but like it's bad and therefore bad things will keep happening, right? It's like you see bad
Mhm.
things and so then you just expect more bad things,
Mhm.
right? But like if you could step back and look at the pattern, you're like, oh, no, 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 bad things means good things. Good things means bad things. Bad things means good things, right? Like
Mhm.
it all just flows and flows. And so I think that's the biggest thing is just like that ability to that ability to continue to feel the way that I want to feel, despite whatever the ride is doing, knowing that it's all going to even out and it's all in the service of the greater good. And like, so that's, of course, easier said than done. And a lot, right? Like, a lot of the
Yeah.
times I still have those moments of just like sheer panic. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now? Why do I have to spend so much money on this car? And what, like, what is going on right now? And
Mhm.
then I remember, like, oh yeah, it always works out. It always works, right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just part of the ride. It's just part of the process. There's a great song by Jem. I don't know if you know her, but it's like, it's just a ride, it's just a ride. Don't try to run, don't try to hide. It's a really cute little song. And that always, I like to sing that to myself when things get really, like, when the ride gets bumpy. Like, after all, it's just a ride. So that's a big thing that I'm celebrating today. Are we feeling ready to go through our unguided meditation?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Woo.
Fantastic. So I wrote this one for the full moon in Scorpio, which we just passed through, but I think it's still really, really powerful, even though we are now kind of on the other side of that full moon, because it's all about releasing what's not for us and also pulling our power back in, calling our power back in. So whenever you're ready, I would love for you to just get into a comfortable position. You can turn off your camera. I'll do the same so I'm not distracting folks with the visuals. And you can just focus on the sound of my voice. So take a moment to readjust, remove anything that stands between you and total relaxation. If there's any uncomfortable clothing that needs to be removed or adjusted, feel free to do that. If your position needs to be adjusted, if you feel any tension in your body and you want to stretch something out, just shake it about. Now is a great time to do that. And when you're settled and ready, I would love for you to take a deep breath in and just notice that, oh, look at that. Colored light is flowing into my body. And look at that. That's what color that is. Just notice it. I'll repeat this 3 times. Here we go. Ah. Can make a sound on the exhale if you're inspired to. Again. Ah. And a third time. Ah. Beautiful. Just again, notice what colors you got and what that might mean for you. I often notice that the colors that I breathe in correspond to the chakras that need a little attention, that need a little love, that are kind of calling for me to adjust them a little bit. So whatever colors you got, just give that area, your your soul body, a little love for a moment. And when you're ready, just become aware that you are now sitting at the top of an old, worn stone staircase. Just feel the cool, smooth stone beneath you. Notice how it dips in the middle where centuries of footsteps have worn in this groove. You can't see how far down it goes because it's in darkness. And that's when you realize that the full moon is behind you and you are casting a moon shadow down that staircase. You stand up and you can see your shadow stretch down, all the way down those stairs and merging with the darkness below. But you can also now see the sides of this staircase revealed by the moonlight. And so you feel safe in descending. But as you step down onto the next step, you notice something strange. Shoes, socks, even toenail polish, they all disintegrate instantly on contact. Now, this isn't a painful process. On the contrary, it feels quite liberating, quite freeing and refreshing as everything that is not you falls away and simply evaporates into thin air. You take another step, and your clothing begins to unravel and disappear. Step by step, you descend and denude, unveiling your truest form as you head into the darkness. Any makeup, any jewelry, any hair accessories, even tattoos or other bodily adornments, all of them evaporate until you are as naked as a babe in the womb. And that's when you see a glowing light ahead. You realize you must nearly have reached the bottom of the staircase. And as you descend those final steps, feeling that cool stone on your bare feet, the smoothness of each worn step, you realize that glow is a wall of flame. And now you understand why you had to shed everything external. You somehow know that nothing can survive this flame except your authentic energy. And you know that to make it through to the other side, you will need all your power here with you. So you take a deep breath and you speak aloud. From every place it's been given away, from everywhere it's been allowed to stay, across all lifetimes and dimensions, across all timelines and intentions, from everything that is not me, I call my power back to me. I call it back entirely. What is mine, return to me. In order to be whole and free, I call my power back to me. You can feel the power rushing back into you from all the places and people and situations where you left it, like static electricity building up as you drag your feet across a carpeted room. And all powered up, you walk confidently into the fire. And you're surprised and delighted to find that it does not hurt. In fact, it feels like a shower at the perfect temperature. No, it does not burn you. You can feel that it is burning something away from you. At first, you're not sure what that could be. You already shed so much just coming down those stairs. But then you realize that what's burning off is the story you still carried of who you were up there. You feel that story coming off of you in waves like steam and drifting back up the staircase behind you. Here, there are no roles to play, no identities to perform. You simply are. Having passed through the flame, you are now in a round room, very much like a womb. It feels warm, welcoming, and safe. You notice that there is no gravity in this space. You are weightless, held by the air itself, which is thick, like a liquid or a plasma, and rich with everything you need to survive. You know that you are alone here and will not be interrupted. Your privacy is protected completely. All secrets are revealed in this space, but only to you. In this round, glowing room, there is no place to hide, even from yourself. Yet at the same time, you know that you are supported here completely. Your needs are taken care of. Your only role here is to grow and thrive, to become what you are and have always been. You take a deep breath in, filling your lungs with that rich, nurturing air. And as you exhale, you watch it ripple out, gently impacting and influencing the air around you. You do it again. And this time you hum as you exhale, watching the sound waves ripple all around you. You know that you can say or do anything here. So if there's anything that you've been holding back, here and now is the ideal time to let it out, set it free. You also know that you can get answers here. If there is something that you've been wanting to know, simply ask and then speak or write as the answer comes through you like water flowing through a stream. Go ahead, try it. Once you've said what you need to say, once you've gotten the answers that you came for, you look back at that doorway, guarded by that beautiful, bright flame, knowing that you are free to go at any time, but that you can also return here whenever you choose to burn away anything that is not you. You know that you will ask yourself many times in the coming days, months, years, and lifetimes, will this survive the fire? Because if it won't, then it was never meant for me. So why carry it around? Better to let it go sooner than later. And as you come back into this time and this space, become aware of gravity coming back to you, tethering you gently to the earth. Allow your fingers and toes to wiggle a little, inviting your nourishing blood to circulate through them. When you're ready, open up your eyes and take a look around. What do you see that will survive the fire? What do you see that will not? What do you see that is ready to be revealed and shared with others? What do you see that needs to be concealed and kept safe? Feeling replenished, you know it is time to return to the world. Welcome back. How was that?
It's kind of cool that plasma thing. I've had that show up for me recently.
Ah,
So that's cool to
love
get
that.
that.
Tell us
So,
more.
well, there's been a lot of like connection to Mama Gaia, um, and it came out as water at first for a while, and then later when I usually connect to the heart of the mother and then bring that energy back up to my chakras, and then have like a protective bubble come from that. And it really surprised me to see it like, oh, that's like water, but I'm breathing and there's people swimming in there, or like my guides were there and
Yeah.
we're kind of swimming and floating around. So it's kind of like neat to like, oh, okay, that's happening for someone else.
Yeah.
That's
Awesome.
cool. Um, Staircases are also have seen those before. Yeah, I really like the idea of burning the things burning away. I've done a lot of work with the violet flame, and that's about transmuting energy. So there's a lot of personal connection with your meditation.
Well, excellent.
Um, yeah.
And there's a lot of that in the collective energy right now. We really have come through a gauntlet. And we are stepping into a whole new frame that that moon was really intense for a lot of us because like I said, it revealed, but it also revealed what needs to be concealed. And I think for a lot of us, that's hard for us because we it's like we thrive on authenticity and we want to be so open and we want to we've healed so much from sharing our authentic energy with the world. And so now we're like, I just want to do that and I just want to keep doing that, right? But there are places and spaces where that is not safe at this time. And that's really hard to confront the reality of that, right? It can be very hard to confront those difficult truths that there is oppression and there is reason to be scared, right? It's like we've spent so much time convincing ourselves that there's nothing to fear but fear itself, and that's very true. And yet here we are in this game where there is real reason, right? There is scary, genuinely scary stuff happening. And so there's this interesting dichotomy that starts to happen where we're trying to hold on to that spiritual truth that we know to be true beyond all of this, but also stay in the world and stay in the game and not just bury our heads in the sand and pretend like these things aren't happening and wait for it all to be over, right? And that full moon in particular was a real like revelations full moon. I think a lot of us have done the work already, and so it wasn't as like bah! as it could have been. Um, but even so, like I felt a lot of high buzzing energy through it. And so it's nice to be through that. And it's nice to have that energy now and be like, oh, I can use this energy. Oh, okay, great. Thank you. Thank you. I will apply that energy to all the things that I am creating in the world right now. And that is what I really champion you all to do. Take that energy and apply it. Take that energy and we've called our power back. What are we going to do with it? If you have all your power back, like let's say that was a magic spell and it fucking worked, and now you literally have called back all of your power from every timeline, from every lifetime. You have it all. You have access to all of it right now. What are you going to do with it? If nothing is standing in your way, what do you do? And that is the vision that we're going to try to clarify, start to clarify. I won't say try to. Do or do not. There is no try, right? We're going to start to clarify this week as we come into Gemini energy. Gemini is so good at clarifying and communicating and exploring new territory through conversation, through a back and forth, through brainstorming, right? So if there's anything that you're stuck on, if there's anything where you feel like, oh, I just, I can't figure this one out. Next week is the perfect week to have a brainstorming session and just talk it out. So if anybody wants one of those, let me know. I'm around. I'm happy to help. All right. Fabulous. All right. So next week, next week, I'm actually skipping the doer sesh because next week is the Renaissance Fair and we are going to need to be setting up during that time, which is exciting. So no doer sesh next week. So the next session will be on the 29th, which is the day after the Feast of Bendidia, which is a really fun one. And we'll talk all about it and getting in touch with our inner wild woman.
Okay.
And like I said, if anyone would like to set up a brainstorming session, next week is a great day to do it. We will have the +1 of Gemini and the following, what is it?
June.
Let's see where that is. Oh, the following Sunday, the 25th, that is when Mercury enters Gemini. So you will have like double communication energy. So that is a great time to launch something, share something with your audience, make a big announcement, write a Substack post, something on that day is a great time to do that. And so before then, you might want to just have a casual conversation about it. What could that be?
Um, so Gemini goes into what?
So first of all, we have the sun moving into Gemini on the
Oh,
20th.
okay.
And then we have Mercury, which is ruled by Gemini, moving into Gemini on the following Sunday, the 25th. And so that's
Okay.
like double communication, thumbs up, plus plus.
Cool.
All righty.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. See you soon. Bye.